Hey guys, what's going on? We have Stuart and Angela carry on today. And Stuart's been in the business for a while, knows a lot about real estate. Angela does a photography company. And so you guys, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting us be on this show.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. No, you guys, are you guys a little nervous? Because I think a lot of people don't understand the magnitude of what a podcast can create for people's business. So you guys a little nervous, or you guys excited?
I'm a little bit of both.
Okay.
I'm not used to being on camera live. Pre-recorded, it's a little easier for me. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm so nervous.
Are you? It's okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? As we go, you're gonna see that everybody's involved, and we all make mistakes, and there's nobody. We're not great at what we do either. We just try to do the best job. So, hopefully you guys enjoy it, and we'll get your guys' information out there. And we'll talk to you guys after the show.
I think she's just used to being behind the camera. Not
behind the camera, right. She's like, wait a second, this is a flip roll.
The changing landscape of the housing market in Las Vegas requires a real estate professional that understands how to get your offer accepted, willing to go above and beyond for service and accountability. Hi, my name is Dan French. I've been in the real estate and financing industry for over 13 years. Most real estate agents struggle with answering their phone. Please call me directly, 702-557-6176. I'm available for all your real estate needs.
Dan's a fantastic man. He really is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Hey, welcome, guys. This is Dan French. This is the French Workbench Podcast here on the last day of April 30th. This is a Saturday morning. You guys don't know this channel. This is the most real behind-the-scenes information regarding financing, real estate, money talk going on here in Las Vegas. I'm your host, Dan French, and I have my co-host with me, Mr. Brett Jenny. What's up, buddy?
Happy Saturday, everyone. Start of the weekend, man.
Yeah, you sound really enthusiastic.
I just got done with like a 4-mile run, and we got showings today, and busy, man. But it's a nice day out, so
yeah,
I'll take it, man.
Yeah, so what else is going on in the real estate world, man? You out there, and it's starting to get hotter, right? The weather's starting to get hot in Vegas.
Yeah, starting to get hotter, man. It's starting to get hot. It's nice out other than the wind. Every other day you get blown away, but other than that, I'll take that instead of 30 below zero.
Oh yeah,
snowfalls. So
Brett just showed up, and he's like, you know what, man? I'm going to do a 10K before I come in and sweaty and ready to go.
Well, I got here a little early, so I just popped off like a 5-mile run.
Right?
Yeah. So
right. Also, we have our special guests, and we're going to introduce them together. And really much appreciated. Very special thanks to people out there that are looking to get photography. We have Angela and Stuart carry on. What's going on, guys? How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Angela, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Just wanted to get that start up.
There we go. Now we can hear him talk. Lovely.
Are you guys, thank you guys for coming in. You guys all have great energy. Thank you guys. So let's talk a little bit about what you do is photography. Now, Stuart, I want to say this. We'll talk a little bit about real estate with you, but you're in photography, right?
Yes.
Name your business. What is your business name?
Okay. My business name is Angela's Photography.
Uh-huh.
And
A little closer to that.
Yeah.
Oh, more close?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
So I do real estate photography.
Yeah.
Photography?
Photography.
Yes.
Okay. And what about you, Stuart? What do you do?
I'm a Las Vegas realtor here.
Okay.
I've been for about 7 years now. I do mostly a lot of open houses now, and just great to be here.
So let's talk a little bit about why we brought them in. So a lot of people want to know what it's like to be an entrepreneur here in Las Vegas. That's one of the things we do here in this channel or at this channel. The podcast is really focused on people in Las Vegas going through some challenges, even through COVID. We'd like to talk about that. And, so we want to talk with Angela and just say, how'd you get started and how you got into this business. We're also going to talk with Brett today about what's going on in real estate. I'm going to chime in on that. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with this housing market. Is this an ice age now moving forward for housing? Because we don't know where it's headed. This is uncharted waters, but I feel that we're going to still be okay. But I want to talk a little bit about that with you and also Stuart. So let's first talk with you guys. So Stuart, Angela, how did you guys, what made you guys want to do photography?
Okay. He's realtor. So first time when I start this business, like I helped his work.
Uh-huh.
2.5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was starting help him and I did a good job.
You did a good job.
Yeah, and
So she does my photography for my listings.
Uh-huh.
And after a while, you know, people were asking me, "Oh, what about these photos? Where'd you get these listing photos?" So I just told her, you know,
Like, hey, I got some business for you.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
I just gave them her business card, and then she because she doesn't do all the time real estate photos. She started
Okay.
off with regular photography.
Okay.
And then she got into real estate photos to help me out. And
Yeah.
she did really
Yeah.
good, and she got studying to more and more and more, and now because of the demand, she's
Yeah.
you know
It,
created her
it
business.
pays the bills,
Yeah.
right? So the other photography is for the art and what you do, but it
Right.
pays the bills to be able to, yeah.
So
So
what-
you're obviously good at what you do, or you wouldn't be getting the demand.
Right.
You know?
So
Yeah.
what made, how do you guys know, like, if you have talent with that? Like, I think a lot of people take pictures. I don't know if there a certain like creativity or an eye for that where you say, hey, you know what? I think I can make a living at this. So how did you guys come up with that part of it?
Okay. So basically, well, she's the photographer, so the way she explained it to me was that, you know, she did it for fun and she loves photography, but with real estate photos, you have to have an eye for detail. Because I know as a listing agent,
Yeah.
when we get these photos back, sometimes there's things missing, like
Yep.
the mirrors aren't clean or things that they can.
And your
determine-
sellers will let you know too, right?
Yeah, yeah. definitely. So what I liked about her,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't sure. So what I liked about her photos and her work ethic was basically like, whenever she was editing, she would like add fireplaces, replace the sky if needed, clean the showers, like the glass showers or the mirrors, digitally remove trash bins. I mean, she'll do everything per photo to make it look amazing.
Yeah.
And that level of detail really stood out to me.
So let's talk a little bit about you guys starting up. So did you guys have a problem with as far as like, okay, is this overhead really going to take, is it going to cost us a lot of money to start up? Because it seemed like doing a photography business is pretty easy, right? I mean, to start up, but maybe I'm missing it because there's some expensive cameras out there, like $5,000-$10,000 cameras. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't really follow that, but you guys talk to me a little bit about that part of it. Go ahead.
You want to take this one?
okay, you take.
Okay, so basically, so when she got into real estate photography, she had to find like a more of a wide angle lens. Because usually they're taking 15, 16 millimeter lenses. But she got a 14 millimeter lens and upgraded her camera. So what she does now is take a HDR,
Stop.
which
Go ahead,
means high dynamic range. So basically, instead of just taking one photo and then that's it, editing that, it takes 5 photos at once from the lowest, medium, dark, eye level, brightness, bright, and brightest, and then she blends all those together, and then edits that.
So if you're looking at this situation, and let's say that you guys went into it, and you're like, okay, what did you do before photography? Because there's got to be something where you had interest in it, or is it just fell into your lap? Like, this is something I really like to do, you know? Because being a photographer, there's a lot of people out there, like I said, that they have cameras, they have stuff like that, where they get started, maybe they use their cell phone, but then it's like, hey, you know what? I can make a living. Like, obviously, you guys have a certain eye, or she has an eye for this, or some talent for it, because one, it's just getting started. You know, you got to get out there and you got to put yourself out there. Was that the hard part, or was that a challenging part as far as taking the leap and saying, you know what, I can really make it at doing photography? Because I think a lot of people, they just, you know, it's one of those things that everybody's got a camera.
Yeah, they don't know how
You
much
know?
effort they put into
Right.
She puts, because like I'm working on my own stuff, right, writing contracts and things like that.
Yeah.
And she's in her office editing pretty much all day until 8 or 9 p.m. because she does next day delivery.
Okay.
Even in some cases, very rare cases, same day delivery, which is like almost unheard of in the
Sure.
photography business.
What's the difference of setup time and time spent between, say, a regular 2,200 square foot house and, say, some house in the Ridges that's, you know, $6-7 million. What's the difference in time setup, time spent, and price? And is it that much different, or
Right.
how's that course kind of
So
work?
it's basically, you get what he's saying on this?
Like, what's the difference of time between just something regular and then you've got to do like a multi-million-dollar house for setup, for editing? What's the difference in time?
Go ahead. Angela, you want to ask?
I'm still so nervous.
You still nervous?
Go ahead.
That's
man.
okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna feel a little bit better a little bit later.
Okay, yeah. Well, what I see with her is that she puts the same level of effort, whether it's 1,000 square foot or 4,000 square foot. She's putting her best foot forward.
Yeah.
You know, she takes the time to level everything out to make sure it's completely perfect. Obviously, with a bigger home, it's going to take more photos and more editing time. So, like I said, she's taking 5 exposures per shot.
Okay.
And each of those are 18 to 20 megabytes each.
Okay.
So you do that like 40, 50 photos. That's over 200, 250 photos
Gotcha.
at 20 megabytes each.
Yeah.
And she uploads all of those, which takes times itself. And then
That's a
blends
lot of
them
research,
together.
man, you guys are doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
lot of information.
And she's got really good prices because, like, I'm a listing agent as well. So when I get, you know, photography, before I met her, I was looking at, like, you know, other companies
Yeah.
and seeing the prices and
Yep.
everything. And that's how I kind of helped her set her prices.
What are your prices?
So her prices start at $95 for 1,500 square feet or less.
Super cheap.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
and
So
then-
these are high-end pictures. Like, I mean, just crazy
They're
imagery.
HD, yeah,
I
4K, yeah, absolutely.
So the size of the file is a lot bigger, right, for 4K, right?
Yeah, so they start off in full quality so she can edit every detail.
Okay.
And then they compress them. So we provide one, like 18, 20 megabyte each file, and then a 2 megabyte version.
Yeah, like here's the MLS version, here's
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Zillow, here's for. So when they send them off,
Yeah.
if different pictures, they send them in different sizes for different social media places that you can post them on. So you don't have to resize them and all that stuff.
Well, I would say this, like being a real estate agent, lender, you know, for you guys, the best businesses to start up are ones that you don't have to put a lot of money or overhead to.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that photography is not. You might have to come in, but did you guys have to like jump right in and say, okay, I gotta put a money aside, like buy a $5,000, $6,000? Because some of these cameras are like
Yeah, they're
$7,000 to
expensive.
$10,000.
They're super expensive.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a high end camera, Angela, that you use?
Yes, we just updated our camera last December. Yeah. R16. So
Canon R6,
Okay.
a 14 millimeter wide angle lens.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. So let's say this. So when you guys first started, what were you doing before this, Angela? Were you working at another job?
I'm in US like new. Like,
You're new.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I came from Mongolia.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
I like that.
Oh, how long? Oh,
Dude,
sorry. How long you been here?
No excuses.
Now 3 years.
There you go, man. And she's already starting her own business.
No
and off to
excuses.
the races. Good for you.
And you got
Thank you.
Stuart over here helping out. So look, I just want to say thank you guys. So you started here, you came here, and then were you doing something? You said, what country were you from?
I'm Mongolian.
Mongolian.
Yes.
What were you doing work there or no?
My major was legal advisor.
Legal advisor.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So we got a smart person in the room, man. Smarter than
So
all
like
of us.
an attorney?
It's attorney need to be licensed. So I just advise it.
Okay.
Yeah.
For company process everything
Oh,
agreement.
yeah.
like-
Okay.
Yes.
Good job.
Oh,
So
cool.
I really envy people that take advantage of every opportunity. And you came here and you started right off, you know, ready to go. So
What brought you over here?
I don't know.
Just want to get just
Just one day.
want to go.
just-
Yeah.
Stuart brought her over here. That's who it
She
is.
wanted to study here.
Yeah. Okay.
She saw Stuart as a realtor and goes, "I want to see it. I want to
What
see
brought her
homes."
here? A desire to be in America, man.
That's
no
it.
other. Awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys going out there? So let's say this: how many agents are you guys typically marketing right now to get business? You know, like, do you guys? Is that your primary source of business?
Yeah, she markets directly to as many realtors as she can.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know some contacts as well, and I always use her for my photography. She started with photography, but she's expanded into video, drone, Matterport.
Dude,
Wow.
that's yeah. Because you can throw on 50 extra or 75 extra on. I mean, you can literally double what you make for a few extra things. Yeah.
And she does Matterport too. So
Looks awesome.
So like anything that you need for any listing, like pretty much she has it covered.
How long does that take you to do Matterport on like a 1,500 square foot house to set up and everything?
Around 40 minutes to 1 hour.
40 minutes. Well, okay.
Yeah, she's really comfortable with her equipment, so she
Okay.
can
Yes.
Cool.
scan everything really quickly.
Cool.
But it takes a couple hours for it to upload, and then
Really?
she labels it, and she
Wow.
creates a floor plan for you too.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine the file uploading that
Oh,
from
yeah.
that report.
So let me say this.
Just
Take me
fried
down-
my Mac.
Take me down the process of the process of getting in with a real estate agent. So let's say a realtor's like, hey, I want to use you, Angela, for your photography. How does the whole process get started with you? And walk me through that as far as getting set up with an agent.
You still want me to talk?
Is the website?
So mostly, you contact her through her phone number, and then we ask basic questions because sometimes they'll call.
Yeah.
So and she has a little bit of trouble with
I gotcha.
speaking 100%
Sure.
fluent English. So I'll just take the phone call and set up the appointment for her.
Yeah, she's doing amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Just want to say, honestly,
you.
thank you so much.
You're doing a
'cause
great job.
Doing a great
Thank
job. So let's talk a little bit about Las Vegas and what we've seen. Maybe get your take, because we'll talk a little bit more about the photography part of it. So there's a lot of opportunity in Las Vegas, right? And you came from another country. Was Las Vegas your first destination?
First, my destination was Chicago.
Chicago.
Yes,
My stomping ground.
I've been there a few months
Uh-huh.
and moved here.
Moved here.
Yes.
And so why Las Vegas? I mean, what attracted you to you? What was the attraction to you for Las Vegas?
Here was my best friend was living here.
Okay.
Yes, and that's why I just came here. And
Cost of living's better, right?
yeah, of course.
You had a best friend that was living over here
Yes.
and said, "Hey, I'm going to come stay and move to the States." Good for you. Man, I love it. I mean, that's really what it's all about is as everybody talks about change and doing something different in their life. And that's all fine and well when it's
Sure.
something local and something small. But think about just packing up and going to an entirely different country with an entirely different culture, an entirely different language,
Yeah.
and setting up shop. I give you a lot of credit. Good for you.
So-
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about when you came to Las Vegas, and was it right away you said, hey, I'm going to set up a photography shop, or I'm going to set up with being a photographer because this is something you wanted to do and you thought it would work here? I mean, how did it all get started, or why you thought you would set this up?
Yeah, he just asked me because I like take a photo everywhere, like
Uh-huh.
mine or my friends and like my pets, like
Yeah.
And I had skills about like photography, and he saw that, and he offered me, why not? Why you
Right.
start like
Yeah.
real estate photography and like
Yeah.
yeah, let's try. And I practiced it like year and a half, like alone, like going to empty house and like taking. I didn't officially started my business. Like,
Yeah, so you
until-
practice your craft for a year and a
Yes.
half before you made the leap.
Which makes sense.
Yes.
Makes perfect sense. So you worked on that, and then when did it hit you that said, hey, you know what? People really want my business. They want my, they want me to work for them. So when did that actually start? And you were like, you know what? I can make it work. Because a lot of it is got to take the leap, right? You got to take people just talk themselves out of doing business. When did that happen for you? Was that not too long after?
Yeah, it's. I started officially like last year's August.
August.
Yes, I started taking clients. So
You started taking clients. So what is your cost? So you said $95 is the cost. Is that right, or am I wrong on that?
For 1,500 square feet or less.
For 1,500. So what if I had a 5,000 square foot home? How much would that typically cost me?
5,000 is 160.
That's it.
Dude, that's so cheap.
$160.
Yes.
That's cheap.
So do agents because agents go and they take pictures, and it's always like, well, we're going to take a camera throughout the house and take a look at some of the things that these buyers want. Or if you're selling the house, they want to take selling pictures right of the home. So does it help the sellers sell a lot quicker with the quality of workmanship or work,
Yes,
of the house?
100% it does.
Right. So you guys probably get a lot of calls from that, right? For sellers trying to sell their house. I mean, this market's different though, because you know this, Brett. You put these houses on the market, they're gone a lot of times. You get an
Yeah,
offer
but-
within a day. But there's homes that are custom, homes that are maybe unique.
I mean, how many times have you been into a house and you've looked at the pictures, your client sent it to you, and you're like, oh, and then you get inside and you're like, and your client's like, dude, how the hell?
How did
and you're
this
like,
happen?
man, photography is a wonderful thing. I don't know what to tell you because
Yeah.
they made it look like 10 times better. And as soon as you get inside, you're like, "Gee, this is why you go and see a house."
Right.
All the time. You know that.
Yeah. Photos are super important. You know, like you said, in this market,
Because it
houses are
got me and
flying.
my buyer in, and we normally wouldn't have if the
Yeah.
photos were bad.
Yeah.
Videos are important though. Like, so what about videos? I mean, you got cameras, you got pictures. Were you guys going to ever think about incorporating videos into your business?
They are.
Yeah, she
You're
does
doing
video.
that.
She does
Okay.
4K video.
4K videos. See, I mean, to me, you got to be ahead of that curve as far as people are going to want that. You go out and you see these homes. How many people on real estate really know? They don't have the time. I think a lot of these agents just don't have the time. They need somebody professional that's going to go out. And it's like, you know what? I'll pay the 160 or whatever it is if I'm going to get that house sold, especially if maybe you're not getting the price that you want, right?
Makes for a happy seller.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, right? That's your job, is to appease your seller because they're paying you.
Yeah. So
And it makes you look good right away.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
So you guys watch football?
Not really.
No? You don't watch football?
Bobby Boucher, you play that foosball.
Like, what is that thing? So let me say why, because obviously the NFL draft is this weekend, right?
Oh yeah, the Bellagio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think Vegas is really just,
It's growing.
it's growing.
Dude, they need to
crazy,
make this
man.
the only spot they ever go to for the NFL draft. That's how much we needed to dominate
100%.
how to do it here. I mean, dude, it's Vegas. Like, we're a town that came from nothing in the middle of the desert. How the hell did we get here?
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's Vegas.
That's
I
true.
mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know?
Everybody just came here with like hope,
Right?
and it grew.
And yeah.
Where are you from, Stuart? Just real quick.
I'm from California. My parents are from Peru.
Peru.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And just real quick, how did you guys meet? I mean, was it an open house?
So we met online, like most people do now.
Really?
Yeah. So I
Unlike
liked her
most people,
energy
yeah.
and her vibe and
Nice.
and her work ethic and things like
You
that.
guys are both very mellow. Like,
Yeah.
very, very, like the same vibe.
No, she can
Yeah.
be a little wild once she.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait a second. We don't know the wild side of her
Whoa,
yet.
wait a
Look at
second.
that smile.
Little Miss Innocent over
Yeah,
there.
the smile came out big.
We
So-
know she moved to Vegas, man. She likes to party.
So you guys
Don't hide behind that.
You're a real estate agent too, Stuart, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys both came in, and so do you help her get leads or get people to work with based upon your real estate background?
Yeah, every time I contact an agent, I'm like, hey, if you ever need some listing photos, I got, their prices are really good. The workmanship is amazing. And she does a lot of editing. So that's what the difference is between her and a lot of other real photographers.
Yeah.
Is like video, for example. She'll put in the subtitles. She'll put in the music, the motion
Wow,
graphics,
yeah.
color changes, voiceover if needed, live recording, drone.
Yeah.
She makes everything.
I
look
mean,
good.
dude, even if you go out and get a Matterport and all these other things done, you say you spend $400 or $500, it doesn't matter because of how awesome it makes you look for your
Yeah.
seller and the public.
Yeah,
and she does all that work. Like, you don't want to do that work as an agent. It's like paperwork. Boo! I don't want to do paperwork. I just want to sell the house.
Yeah.
And she provides branded and unbranded. So one
Okay.
for MLS if you
Awesome.
want to.
Yep.
And one branded for your social media, online, everything.
So
Cool.
you guys sent out a text or an email, sorry, to all the agents, and you said, hey, you know what, use our services. So is there a lot of competition with what you guys do? Is there a lot of people that do the photography work for real estate agents, or is it just
Ton.
Is it, or is it just an untapped
Nope.
business?
There's
right
a ton.
There's a lot of real estate photographers.
Right.
And the reason I kept using her at the beginning is because she took paying attention to the level of detail.
The detail, right?
Where for example, if I hire another photographer, a lot of times if I need something changed, they don't do it, or it takes longer, or it's just like the transaction is done. That's it. But with her, if there's anything you don't like about the photo,
Yeah.
she will go back and edit it.
Because as a realtor, what you like and what's easiest for you and not. So the fact that she was doing that already ahead of time, I mean, I like the fact that in a sense she's recommended by a realtor.
Yeah.
Because you know exactly where your pet peeves have got you going on photography and what worked and what was extra work. And man, if they could have just did this, and she does all that. So I like that she's recommended by a realtor, basically.
Do you guys have like a business plan or a 5-year plan for this business? I mean, you guys are starting out. How long has your business been in existence?
No, since last year.
Last
August,
year. Yeah.
Yes.
So do you guys have like a 5-year plan or like a business plan of where you guys want to be at in the next 5 years?
Yes. I think now it's I have more time, so I want to get more busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking provide maybe event photos too in next year.
So
or
other than
years.
real estate?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, and still I'm planning.
So you're cutting your teeth with real estate, and then hopefully it expands. And
Yeah.
you guys, are you going to continue to do real estate, Stuart? Or are you going to try to maybe branch off and help her?
I'm probably gonna still do real estate.
Are you?
Full time? Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. She gets discovered and signs a $10 million check. He's quitting real estate, dude. I mean, it's just
Like, I'm outta here.
until one takes over the other with money, right? That's the way I look at it too. It's like, when will you? Well, if it starts making 3 times, yeah. I mean, then it's worth
Yeah.
it. You know.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about what you guys like and don't like about Las Vegas. What's the best thing you like about Las Vegas living here now? Because you've been here, what, a year, you said? A little over a year, maybe 2 years?
Yes, 2 years.
What do you like about Las Vegas the most?
I love here. If I want to party, there is a
You do
street.
party.
Yeah,
I knew it.
and-
See, that's
dude, she's
that's
all
what
here
it is.
quiet, nervous. Don't give me
The thing
that.
is this, man, is that everybody's got an ulterior motive. And I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you that that's what it is. She wanted a party. And
Dude,
then just the whole
You
photography
don't
thing.
pick up and move across the ocean unless you've got some guts and you got a little spunk in you. I'm just telling you, dude.
Stuart's like, oh, gosh, I signed up for this one. Where are we going tonight?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just telling you.
What's your favorite?
You know?
What's your favorite spot if you go out?
Go, of course, strip.
What is there like a casino though, or like maybe a nightclub, day
Wherever
club?
the party is, brother.
Yeah. I like Fremont too.
Oh, you
Fremont?
Fremonted.
Yeah, it's
All right.
just walking and like,
That's Midwest country right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody I know from Wisconsin.
What about
Fremont?
you, Stuart? You go out? You go out and hang out, or what?
Yeah, sometimes when I'm invited, I'm a little bit more of an introvert.
Okay.
So I don't like party as much, but
Yeah.
meeting her kind of balances me out a little
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She brings out that wild side.
bit. Yeah. Wild side meaning like walking down the strip, drinking a Sprite.
There's a
yeah.
side to us that we
Yeah.
don't know about Stuart, and I'm just going to tell you we'll
Yeah.
leave it at that. So let's go back into this. I want to get people to call you. Now, let's say this. The good thing about Las Vegas, you said, is that you can party. I feel that there's things at your fingertips at any time of the day, even at night, right? You can go to the store. You can do anything you want in Las Vegas. So there's a lot of good things. There's a lot of growth. We're like the number 3 up-and-coming city, right? Or you want to say in the nation, really. We're just really doing well economically. What do you dislike about Las Vegas?
It's too hot.
It's too hot?
Too hot?
Yeah. in
Very
the
hot.
Not
summertime,
the
like-
drivers or anything?
It's because Mongolia is like super cold.
Yeah.
So she's not used to
See,
the
that's
like-
why I like it.
Mongolia is
Yeah,
super cold.
when it's hot.
That's another reason.
Yeah, dude. Well, listen, I'm from an area I'm from Chicago area.
Oh.
And it gets minus below 0 or freezing in the winter there. I love that it gets really hot because of that. Because I grew up in that. You don't like it that it's too hot, huh?
So you guys, if you guys like me or you, who doesn't like it when it's hot, Brett?
I love it when it's hot. She doesn't.
Oh, you like it when it's hot.
Dude, I love it hot, bro.
Dude, is that from Wisconsin?
Dude, I drop it like it's hot. Dude, I'm coming in hot. Do.
So let me say this though. So you don't like the hot weather. Is it manageable though? Like I think a lot of people are like, hey, you know what? I tried it. I'm out of here during the summertime. We're snowbirds. We're going back somewhere where it's cold and coming back. You can deal with it, or is it some parts where you're like, I just got to stay in the house? Because a lot of people can't take it.
Yeah, but I don't have choice because I'm taking outside like
Yeah.
photos and there is a sun like super hot and I'm like, oh my God. Sometimes he's like standing like that.
Really? Oh, to
Hold
cover?
over like an umbrella thing.
He's doing this. He's like,
Shade you a little bit.
come on, get
Have
that
a little
photo, girl.
Mist umbrella coming down.
Yeah.
She's got like the beer hat one on with the thing coming down. He's like, drinking. Now you're American.
She's so committed. Because sometimes we get clients from Pahrump. So she drove like,
Pahrump.
3 to 4 hours to get to Pahrump, takes
Yeah.
the photos and come back. And if the client wants a specific photo, she'll go back and take that photo the next day.
Wow. That's
Pahrump, dude, over the hump in Pahrump.
listen, man. I like that about. So in Pahrump, right? What's out there in Pahrump now? I mean, because I haven't been out there for maybe a year and a half. Is there anything different out there?
I can tell you a few things about Pahrump.
What goes on in Pahrump, Brett?
A lot of things, Dan French.
So, like I said, it's just a few clients, but the houses are like more on a bigger lot.
Yeah.
They're like more separate from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just showing her level of commitment to
Absolutely.
satisfy clients and make sure they're happy.
Yeah.
Because that's her number one goal.
Dude, I tell you what, yeah, to drive another hour and something back and there and back just for 1 or 2 photos.
Yeah, it's a 3 to 4 hour drive.
Yeah, it's
Hey, listen, that's a premium, right? I mean, it's like gas. Dude, you know gas prices are way. If I'm driving to Pahrump, that bill just shot up $100.
well, she does it to make her clients happy.
No. Listen, you got to pay gas. You know what I mean? Would you drive out to Pahrump?
That's why you're not a photographer, man. You're not artistic enough.
They're,
You're all about greed and capitalism. Boo!
there is a travel fee to get through Pahrump and back.
Yeah.
But to go back again, she doesn't charge.
Yeah,
that. She
that's the point.
Yeah, so like she's super committed. She'll go back to the house if needed, if whatever the client needs or wants.
You guys what are your challenges you think that's going to happen for you guys moving forward? Because look, everybody's stretching money, right? We all know inflation's taking over the world. You look at cost of living's going up, rates are going up. Do you feel like you're going to be pinched out a little bit, or you're going to have to maybe figure out how to work things better? Because, what if your $95 is now expensive to people? I'm not saying that it's cheap. Mm-hmm. What if it gets to a point, though, where
it's not. In the world of real estate, I'm telling you, that's hella cheap.
Yeah.
Is
you
it?
know what bugs me a little bit is like just a little bit of some clients will ask a discount on top of that.
Dude, I know.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like,
Dude,
hey, it's
I'm getting-
$95, but can I get a couple of free photos?
Dude, you know,
and a
I
Starbucks
know,
card?
man. People, I know.
It's like, well, because I worked with a lot of photographers and real estate companies before I met her.
Yeah.
So I know what like the pricing is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, if you're going to start building a client base, then you should start on the low end.
Yeah.
And just build in and just get a lot of referrals.
95. Can I get a discount? What I meant was it's 125 for you. It's 95.
If I can't get a discount, can I get like at least a $50 gift certificate? Yeah. Just throw it in.
I mean, for what she's offering, she's got the best prices across.
Without a doubt. I know exactly what you're talking about, what she does.
Yeah.
And
No, it's great. It's
Dude,
a great
there's no
great
one else
cost,
even- yeah.
right? It's just crazy though how people are like looking to save money in different ways. I got people that are like,
dude,
you know what?
realtors are the cheapest SOBs
just
in
people
the,
in
I'm
general.
just telling you.
But people in general, because you got to look at it and say, okay, people used to go to the cleaners, right? Cleaners were $3 a shirt, whatever it is. Now it's like $5. They're like, wow, I can't go to the cleaners anymore.
Are you kidding me?
That's what they're doing.
Power shirt, power tie, power suit.
Do you go to the cleaners?
Dude, I got power everything.
So what is that?
I don't know. I saw it in a movie one time.
What are you
just means-
power?
yeah.
Are you power pressing your stuff or what?
Yeah,
I don't know what.
No, I don't take anything in dry. I don't wear suits. He's a suit, my man.
What do you guys think about the inflation that's going on? You guys see it. I mean, you see gas prices going up. You see the cost of living going up. People are traveling here to save money.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about inflation going on?
It's up to you.
Hey, he's got it set up already because every time it's like this, she's like, "Oh, nope, you go ahead and answer
Yeah.
for me."
She's saving her energy for partying tonight.
She's got a big night
That's
ahead.
right,
so I
man.
get it.
Yeah, so inflation, gas prices have gone up a lot. If they keep going up, probably food prices are going to go up next.
Keep on going.
Because the supply chain, they got to deliver the food to grocery stores, and truckers got to, pay for gas a lot more now.
Yeah.
So everything's going to go up in pricing moving forward, I think.
I just think there's some challenges, right? People are. I feel like we're getting better. They had to raise the Fed's fund rate, had to slow the economy down, but it's definitely some things. Yes, definitely things people should be thinking about. So, if I'm a real estate agent, which I am, but like Brett is, if somebody's out there looking to get somebody like her to get started, what is that process? You just go to my website. They call you. Like, how does somebody get started? Call. That's all.
Call or text. She even replies as late as 11 p.m. Like her average response time is like.
Well, she's at
10 to
the
15
clubs at that time, so she has to take a side and just say, "Hey, wait, I'll be done at 2 a.m.
Yep.
I'll get back to you. Then you're gonna be up." No, but that's good. You take it very serious. You take your job very serious. I think that's what we're trying to say. And also, you want to make money. You're very professional, and you throw in a little partying in here and there.
Yeah, I want to be just best.
Yes.
Yeah, if I do something or like spending my time, I always want to do best.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think everybody in this world, you're not going to be the superstar always. You're not going to be the top producer. You're not going to be the guy that's killing it. But what you can be is know what your strong attributes are and be the best that you could be.
Yes.
And I think that's
more importantly, in this situation, she takes pride in what she does. And that matters all the difference in the world, which is why she pays attention to the details and is willing to go back for a picture or two if need be or something like that, because it's more than just taking pictures and making money. You're very prideful in what you do and want to do it the best you can. You love that. So
absolutely. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more here. What else?
Let's stop talking in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Have a good day, guys. Let's
We're
keep
gonna
talking.
We're gonna keep going here.
Sorry.
All right, so let's go do this. Let's see what we got here. I want to take a look at some of these questions
here, Dan.
Yeah,
What-
let's see
I mean,
what-
people are talking and you're
we got
just ignoring them.
We got some questions here. Let's see if we got some questions here. Hold on
What
one
kind of
second.
podcast is this?
Hold on. So,
Man,
you guys have any questions out there for us? Inflation means the next big real estate thing in inflatable housing. No lie. That was Vera Star. So Vera has a very good thing here. Vera, baby.
Bear Star.
Vera Star.
I wish I was a star, but Bear is.
You are a star.
Uh-huh.
You are a star.
I try to be.
What else do we
in
got
my
here?
mind? That's all that matters.
Go ahead. What else do we got?
I can't see that well.
Okay.
You got your.
Yeah. Let's see. Go ahead, Brett.
You read them, man.
Go ahead, Brett.
Just read them to me. I'll answer them.
Yeah, I'm already delayed August, but
Yes.
bumped up to now. Okay, hold on. So this guy here, we got DJ that just got into house. Good job, DJ.
Nice.
Congrats,
Where at?
man.
Here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Where at?
I don't know. Where'd you get it at, DJ? Tell us where you got your house at. I don't know. We'll find that out right
Okay.
now.
Anyways, what's next?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
We're running at altitude, say.
Oh, nice. Congrats, man. I'm in San Diego.
Oh,
okay. So he's just congratulating. So we have a similar, a lot of people that are very, very much on the show every single week, which is awesome. What else you got over here, Brett? You got anything else?
No.
Let's talk. So we're going to do this real quick.
I don't have any facts. I'm ready. Oh. Is that the new real estate?
That's the new real estate bump
Real
for
estate
you.
bombs. Dropping real estate bombs.
Ciao. Let's talk about real estate, man. What's happening? So
Oh,
look,
man.
I want to bring this part of it up, okay? I think in the real estate world, we are now looking at a situation where we're slowing down, and we all know that this could turn into an ice age for a lot of realtors, and a lot of people are going to get out of the business.
It already kind of is, man.
I think it's starting to turn that way, and Stuart's also a real estate agent. We could talk to Stuart about that. But
yeah. Well, you had a big bump up in realtors. I think it was like an added 2,000 or 2,500 realtors since 2020.
Yep.
And this is in 17 years, probably the hardest market as a realtor to make business or to do business.
Right.
Unless you've got, a sheer track of business of just listings one after another. And don't get me wrong, you can still do well in that aspect. But I guess what I'm saying is you need to really focus on listings right now. And if you're just a buyer's agent or most of your business is as a buyer's agent, you can be hurting right now at certain price points. I mean, I have 3 or 4 different, I actually have 5 or 6 different buyers around the 450 price point that are just getting shellacked everywhere.
Well, we talk about this every week. So I want to
But
bring
above that, they're good.
Okay.
Not good, but here's what I'm noticing, which is last week I wrote 2 different offers for 2 different buyers, and I think the property was, one was 7 and one was 750. And we wrote both offers a little bit below list, not terribly, but a little bit below list.
Yeah.
And both got accepted right away, and we were the only offers. And I can't say that about that price point in a while. So that's what I'm starting to see soften up some, is not so much that it's going to start selling for 10 or 15% lower. It's just we're not going to necessarily have the multiple offers. Now, we still will on some homes. I mean, if it's an awesome house, it's an awesome house no matter what price point, and people are going to want it because there's people in all different price points. So that's going to be the best in that
situation.
situation. So, but it's kind of what I've noticed.
So look, I see a lot of people out there that are looking at these homes and they're like, you know what? Let's offer it at list. And you may get an offer, but you're looking at 20, 25, 30. Now, in this market, we're starting to see that more homes are coming on the market though.
Yes.
And
Well,
we are. So
I mean,
my
I
question
have
is
some
this.
stats here for you.
My question is this. Would
Yes,
you wait
but-
to buy a home? Or would you actually say, you know what, I'm going to buy now? Because I think a lot of people are starting to see it's leveling off.
I would-
and you may be able to get a home that you may have not been able to get, let's say, a
Yes.
month or two ago.
So I think that if you're in a situation where you can buy a house and you want to buy a house right now and you've been looking, I think you should move full steam ahead. That's what I definitely think. Should I wait? Well, home prices, even if they went down, first of all, I don't think they're going to go down. They're going to level off. But let's say they go down 5-10%, but interest rates go up to 6 or 7%. So,
Yeah.
even right now at 5% interest rate compared to last year at 3%, you're essentially paying 20% more on that mortgage
Right.
than you were last year.
Right.
So go up another 1.5%, 2%, and now you're paying 20% more.
Yeah.
But hey, we waited to save 7% on the house price.
What do you,
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
add up those numbers, man.
What do you got to say about that, Stuart? You got something to say about it?
Yeah, I think in the short term, I think prices are still going to be spiking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing more listings, yeah, but we're also heading into summer and spring as well, when a lot of that cooking starts happening
Yeah.
in our market. I think every time the Fed announces a rate hike, more and more buyers jump into it, and they're like, hey, we got to move on something now before rates go even up higher. If you want to buy a home now, I think it's if you're thinking long term, then you should definitely do
Yes.
so. And like you said, it's not going to swing from a seller's market to a buyer's market overnight. If anything, it might be a struggle between good news and bad news. And balancing
Yeah,
it out.
even with more homes coming on the market, it's not that much. Like I'm looking at the facts right here, which we'll go over here in a second. Yeah, we're up 150 listings
Yeah.
compared to last week. Well, great, we're still at what? 3,300. We should
Yeah.
be at 15,000.
It's still
so.
low in the
Going up
market.
200 a week doesn't mean squat when we should be thousands and thousands higher.
Yeah,
We're still within that 1 month period.
and people are still moving here.
Yeah, and people are still moving here. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah.
But don't you feel that people that are moving here, they're probably thinking, okay, well, it's not going to be the same. Like, it's going to be a lot bigger difference. The house they're going to get is going to be significantly cheaper, let's say, than California or these other places. But now we're starting to see that this house difference is not that much different. Like
Yes, it is.
Not that much.
Yes, it is.
You think so? Explain.
Okay, tell me a house that looks. Tell me a house here that would go in California for the same price or not 2 or 3 times that price.
Well, it depends.
Considered for the area.
No, it depends on what
pound
area.
for pound.
It depends on what area. If you're coming here and you're saying, look, I'm going
But
to
what
buy
I'm
a
saying,
new home.
you got to trade it pound for pound, right? So good area for good area in California, bad area here for bad area in California. That's the way you got
That's
to
a
compare
great
it.
analogy, pound for pound.
It is.
I love it.
It's that's the way you
But
got to compare it.
Listen, my thing is this, though, is you look at California
Mm-hmm.
and you look at, okay, the people were leaving California. They were leaving Washington, places like that for
Mm-hmm.
cheaper cost of living. Well, you walk into a house that's $500,000 starting. Let's say you're buying a new home, right? Starting price point is $500,000. You got lot premium. You got upgrades.
Sure.
You have now look. Hold on. I got another person that's like, okay, what is the SID and lid fee?
Mm-hmm.
What is all this? You got another $500 in HOA SID and lid.
What are
The only-
HOAs in California?
I mean, I don't know.
10 times what they are
But
here.
here's what I'm saying is
Every expense in
here's
California.
but here's my thing on this is it getting to a point where to make the transition was a no-brainer, right? Now the new transition,
I think it's still a no-brainer.
Well, let me
Has it
say-
gotten more expensive? Absolutely.
I've had people tell me that, you know what? They may not move here because of the cost of living is just a little bit higher than they saw
And
2 years
they're
ago.
coming from Southern California saying that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
well, let me give you another example. What can you get for $550,000 here? Something new, something in a decent area.
Okay.
I have a realtor in California who just listed a house in Compton for $550,000.
I'm not saying it's
Compton.
not better. Okay, what's wrong with
So I'm just saying, don't even tell me that crap, dude.
I'm gonna say this.
It's more expensive than it ever has. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
listen.
And there's people that are getting priced out. Don't get me wrong. I'm not denying any of that stuff. I'm
gonna-
just saying,
okay.
if you want to compare that,
No, but what I'm saying is this is
Plus
again,
you're saving
if
on state
if I'm
taxes,
sitting
everything.
I understand. If I'm in California, if I have a business, I'm self-employed, great. Probably going to make more sense to move to Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say now you're looking at prices. You look at the rates. You look at how far they've gone up here, the appreciation you're seeing. Yes, you're going to save money on the home taxes, but you know what? A lot of them have a higher HOA or SID or lid fees than they would say in California.
No, they don't.
Based upon if they're buying. Look, they'll buy a new home. So my thing is this: you could keep your
There's
old home
no
there.
HOA here that is more expensive except for a few places like the Ridges or Red Rock Country Club that is more expensive than anywhere, even basic in California with an HOA. You know that, Mr. Cali.
Let me say this. Hey, you guys
You
know.
do.
No,
I mean,
I understand, but what I'm saying is you look at the cost of living overall, the gas isn't too far off from here as far as California. You look at some of the
Correct.
things we
You're
buy
right
here.
about that.
Okay, look at the DMV. You go and you try to register your car. Highest, I think, in the nation.
You are correct about all of that.
So there's other things.
But if you can get twice a house for half the price, that makes up for a lot of those. I don't care how many excess, it's more expensive to register my car, or I'm paying the same in gas. I don't care. The property tax is cheaper. There's no state income tax.
I'm saying the decision is not so much of it's a no-brainer. I'm saying now you have to actually think about it. You got to put the pros and cons. Okay, for the most part, it might make still more sense to come to Las Vegas from California. But you know what? I'm still going to put that down and say, I'm going to still weigh this out because look, I'm moving. California's
I'll give you
messed
that.
up.
I mean, I'll give you that it's become something that you have to think about more than before because, like I said, prices are a lot higher here historically than they've ever been. Don't get me wrong. I mean, home prices and everything. I'm just saying that if you're comparing that to that. So I think that if you're going to be moving to Las Vegas or you want to be moving to Las Vegas, I still think it's going to be cheaper for you overall than it is living where you're at in California. Exception of like Northern California, something which
do you think that you feel like the volume of people, of how many people are coming here? And Stuart, maybe you can see this is it's an opportunity, but the volume of people is going to start to be a problem for let's say Las Vegans that's already living here moving forward because we have construction going on all day, every day on all parts of the city, right?
And it's not enough, right?
And it's not enough.
It's not enough.
And that's exactly right. And you're constantly
That's what I'm trying to
expanding.
say.
So there's going to be a point where do we go from here? I mean, do you feel that way?
We go everywhere. We go up, baby. That's where we go.
Go up?
We
What do you
keep
think? I
going
mean,
up,
don't you?
baby.
Because I have a big problem with,
Yeah, I've been here since I was 8, so I pretty much grew
Wow.
up here.
Yeah, you did.
Know, I 19, so 23 years, I'm 31. 23 years here, I've seen the change,
Big time.
Silverton Casino was like just this tiny
Yeah,
thing.
you've seen a big change here, man.
Yeah, so I've seen it grow and it's growing and it can keep expanding and there's no almost limit. But like you said, there's a lot of more people coming in here than we can build it. Like build it and they'll come, but we can't build it fast enough.
hey, I love that. That's out of a movie.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
That's right.
That's
man.
right.
But
So let's say this, Brett, you're understanding that you look at these properties. Let's talk about, let's bring up, if we can, a chart here. But so just looking at your situation with offers that's going on. You know what I mean? Like, what are people getting offers accepted? Is it 20,000, 30,000 above list? Like, what are they getting accepted?
well, like I said, it depends, man. I mean, I've seen properties that are complete remodels that go on the market for 1.3, and everything else around the neighborhood sold for 1.1, 1.15. But that one sold because it was completely remodeled, and somebody in that price point, someone who's at 1.1, 1.2 is between 900 to 1.6, usually, right?
Yeah.
So it's what they want, so they're willing to pay that, right? So there's not a lot of those kind of properties on the market. So those kind of properties will probably go over list price. But I mean, there's plenty of homes right now, 6, 7, 800,000 that as long as you get in within the first day or two and you write a nice clean offer, you'll probably be able to get your offer accepted right away, and you won't have to necessarily worry about 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 offers and paying 20, 30 grand over. Not all the time, but you're starting to see that more now.
Do you feel that this is going to be a situation where we're not going to see a housing market like we've seen in the last 2 years? We had 2 banner years. Everybody was making money in real estate.
I think it just has to level off, period. And I think you're starting to see that with before last summer, like I said before, it was literally every house was getting multiple offers. Homes in a normal market that would be sitting there for 30 days, 45 days, you'd have to do a couple price drops. They're not in bad condition, but they're outdated, whatever it is. Those homes were the ones that were going first day, 15, 20 offers.
Yeah,
when you have that market, it's crazy. But now you're not seeing that necessarily in those. Now, if it's a great house and it's supposed to sell, yes.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So it's crazy that we're here comparing 6 days, 5 days on the market to 30 to 45 days when a normal market is like
that's what
5 to
people
6
don't get.
months.
Right.
That's what people don't get, man. Yeah, exactly. We're like, oh my God, it's so much longer. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
comparatively.
Well, I always think from the consumer standpoint, though, and look, we can all say that this is going to keep going, and you're always going to have an opportunity.
You've always been advocating for the consumers.
Well,
Dan.
I do, and I'm going to tell you why. Is because I was one at one point, and the average person out there is not going to be able to get into a house. But I think there's false hope. Their home affordability, which is really what your mortgage
gone
payment
up.
is. No, it's gone down.
No,
It's gone
well,
down.
yes, I should say they can
It's gone
afford
down.
less. Yes,
They could afford less. You look at home affordability, which is how much your mortgage payment is, or your overall debt versus your current or your new mortgage payment versus your debt.
Yeah.
That's gone down because a lot of people can't afford to buy these homes in, let's say, $450 and less. A lot of people are just pushed out. I don't see how people are really excited about this housing market because I don't know, man. Everybody wants to wait for it to crash.
It's uncharted territory.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's going to crash or have a recession here from your standpoint?
From my standpoint, and just to answer your earlier question about what it takes to get offers accepted, I think it depends on the price point.
Yep.
I know what's working in like the 450 to 600,000 price point. Half of these people are like waiving appraisal in order to get it done.
Those are the ones where if it's a great house,
Yeah.
pool, you'll be going 20, 30. I mean, I had one that was listed at 525 2 weeks ago. It was listed at 525 and we wrote it for 25 over and we got beat out.
Yeah. I had a listing where the owner bought the home 1 year ago and listed it now for 100,000 more.
Dude, I'm seeing that all over the place now.
And then it sold for 40,000 more than that.
Yeah.
And there's no comps to do that.
Or
but they waived the
or
appraisal.
one when they got into contract with that builder was 2020 in a sense. And then, so they got in for like 450, but by the time the house was completed a year later, and then they're putting it on the market another 3 or 4 months later, and they closed at 450 because that's what they got in contract with at 2020. But now it's selling for like putting it on the market for $100,000 more, $150,000 more.
Hey, so DJ got into a property, Wesley Park. DJ, congrats, brother.
Wesley Park, man, awesome.
Wesley Park over in American West Homes.
We did tours there.
Yeah.
Home tours there. Yeah.
That sounds funny because we did a couple of tours
We did
over
tour there, man. I barely remember it, bro. It was good times.
Also, I want to bring up, too, that you look at, Ver brings up that you got to run the numbers. And I agree. I mean, you got
Money printer go brrr. He's right.
You got to run the numbers and make sure that it all makes sense. You know what I mean? So
you just hit that money machine, like Ver said.
Absolutely.
Boom. Just prints out money. We're done. Just like that. It's worth it.
So moving into
No
this market,
consequences.
you want to talk a little bit here, and we got to end the show here in a second. But go ahead.
So I wanted to say this quickly, which is, let me go over the stats for the local stats quickly. So last week, there were 2,000. Now we're talking just Las Vegas, not Pahrump, not Boulder City, any of that. Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Summerlin, Henderson, all that good stuff. Immediate little circle. Last week, there were 2,376 single-family residents. This week, there are 2,587. So we have 200 more.
Yay.
Woo! Let's go crazy.
That's anything improving.
Yeah, I understand. Settle down there. Let me finish.
You can't be so pessimistic over here.
I'm
Brett.
not. I'm being factual.
It's changing.
It's changing. Okay. Okay. Maybe I was a bit cynical. I apologize.
Yeah. I mean, look, you got to be positive.
Dan,
These
I want to
people
finish.
Need hope.
Okay.
They need direction, Brett. You're
we
supposed
already
to give it to
said
them.
you're hope for the people, Dan. It's like water and oil over here.
It's
All
a
right.
little change, but in the right direction.
Yeah, that's right. So last week, active condos / townhouses were 560. This week, there are 579. So we've got 19 more. Last week, there were a total of 2,936 total properties for actives. This week, there are 3,166. So most importantly, I want to say this. There are 169 off-market properties that are going to be coming on the market and listed on the MLS coming soon status within the next week. So if anybody out there wants a list of those, let us know. Send us a message after the show. It's pretty much every price point: condos, single-family
Are
residents.
those called hot pocket listings?
Hot pocket listings. So they're not in the market yet. If you want first dibs on them, you want to take a look at them. Like I said, all different price points, different locations. Let us know after
Get
the
a
show.
hot pocket listing from Brett and Dan.
160. There you go. Hot pocket listings. And we'll send you a damn hot pocket with it for a little marketing. Right? So there you go. I would say that about that. And also up here, this is a list. Can they see this, Dan?
Yeah, they can see it. Go ahead.
All
Brett.
right. This is a breakdown of the zip codes in Las Vegas for the average price sold, the average price listed, square feet, all that good stuff. appreciation, depreciation, whatever it is.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to put this on. Give me.
I thought you said you had it up.
Okay, we got it up now.
This is Dan French to a T, if you know. All right. So
We got it
right
up
there.
now.
So this list.
There you go, Brett.
Don't flash it too long because we got to give them something to call us about.
Take it off now.
So this is a breakdown of by the zip codes. So if you want to know by the zip code where you're at or other zip codes of price per square foot, what it's selling, what it's listing for, days on the market, let us know after the show. We can send this to you as well.
Nice. You got anything else, Brett? I mean, what about
I'm tapped out, brother.
You're tapped out.
Tapped out.
Pound for pound.
Can I ask
right.
you a
I
question?
already went for a run.
Yes.
So you guys, can I ask? So moving forward, as affordability for housing gets harder for people,
Yeah.
do you think lenders might start offering better solutions, like a 40-year long-term loan, in order to break down the payments better, or maybe they tell
Well-
you, hey, buy the house now and refinance 1 to 2
Well,
years?
I can tell you.
Good question.
So I'm really into cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And they just came out with something where you can basically take your cryptocurrency and use it as collateral to get a loan, a home mortgage loan. So you don't need to actually cash out and sell your crypto. You can keep it in your account, in your wallet, never have to sell it. You just got to show proof that you have it. And the bank says, we'll use that as basically collateral for a down payment and give you a home loan on it.
Yeah.
So that's an option right there, man. And that kind of stuff is just starting.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, as far as
what is
40
the question? The question is home affordability, is it stable or going down? Is that what you're saying?
No, if lenders are going to start offering creative solutions,
creative solutions, man.
like
Oh, they
40
do.
years,
That's-
40-year
yeah.
term instead of 30 to break down the payments, and so that way you can still afford the
They should bring back arms.
So I have people that I've talked to on both sides that have gotten into the forbearance or maybe a loan modification, and they're offered the 40-year plan. I don't know if banks are really going to do that. I do think that extending a loan, even if it's lowering your payment, you're just stuck in that house for a longer period of time. So if you're trying to buy an investment property and you're just doing it on cash flow, I think maybe you can look at that. But for a primary residence holder, because I think it depends on who it is, I would never do a 40-year loan because it just extends. And look,
But you got to understand that what led to the first housing collapse in 2004, 2006, 2007 was because a lot of creative financing that had never been done before. So never say never. Because when people are making money hand over fist and you need to get the economy pumping, people will make exceptions. And then that exception becomes a norm. It's whether that, when it becomes a norm, is good or bad for the economy. But it might. I mean, it sounds crazy, but in Japan, they have 100-year mortgages.
wow. Do people live to be 100 in Japan? I
No,
don't
but you
know.
pass it down from generation to generation.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's good to know.
So
That's just another banking thing to get into somebody so they can just hold on to those people. Slave.
cryptocurrency.
Just like,
You just made my case even more about cryptocurrency. You're right. You are a slave against the other system.
well,
absolutely.
Look, if you're putting somebody in a 100-year loan, I'm
That's
out.
a generational
I'm
thing.
completely
Absolutely.
out. Even 40, I'm out.
But what if that's all you can afford? You got to understand that
Then
we're
don't buy it.
we're
Then
okay.
don't buy
That
it.
sounds great.
Because
living
listen,
in America,
I'm going to
buddy.
explain. Because listen,
Okay, you
if
spoiled
put
little
yourself-
American.
No, if you put yourself in that position,
I'm just telling you,
how many people really stay in their home past say 5 or 10 years?
because that's an American. That's a first world thing, dude.
Just anything. How many people that you know that stay in their their
their
homes
home, what, longer than
before
what,
they
5?
refinance or they sell?
They don't. That's why real estate agents make a lot of money here too, though. People are constantly buying and selling homes, and they don't. But I'm telling you that it makes sense in a lot of other places. You just don't. You're spoiled with the economy that you have in the world you live in. You
I
gotta
think we should just
the
start
rest of
writing
it.
150-year loans. Just take up families. You
I'm
know
just-
what I mean?
I'm just telling you.
generations after generations.
Okay, so before there were home mortgages to begin with, explain to somebody the concept of a 30-year mortgage. But because you
well,
did that,
here's my
how many
thing.
people were allowed
Okay.
to buy homes that would never be able to buy homes?
We all
or
know
same
it-
thing with car loans
Yes.
or anything, period.
We all know that the banking world, they're in it to make money and have interest, right? 30 years, at least if you did it for 30, you may have a chance to get it before you die, right? If you're in it at 30,
Yeah.
you might be 60, you own the house.
I
boom.
understand, but-
okay, but listen, 100-year?
Okay. So what if the housing market is every house is like the price it is in Manhattan, New York City, but you live a regular wage? How would you ever be able to afford that?
You
wouldn't.
Basically, you have to say, look, if you got a housing
just
situation
telling
like
you.
that, I'm not buying it.
But Dan,
Why would somebody buy that?
Well, listen, if someone's willing to lend you for 100 years, you're going to take it, and they're willing to. So welcome to the world,
What about
man.
you guys? Would you guys
I'll
buy?
tell you, they're doing it to make money, and they make money doing it.
Would you guys buy a house? Let's say if it costs a lot of money, and let's say it was like an extended 40-year. Would you do a 40-year loan?
I mean, it depends on my financial situation. I probably wouldn't, but I mean, if I'm a homeowner, I'm a home buyer, right? And I got hopes to buy a home. I've been renting for 5 years, and now the interest rate's going up, and everything's costing more, and I can't do it anymore. And I understand that renting is 100% interest.
Yep.
Then at that point, if they offer it to me, then maybe I would. I would because I can always.
That doesn't
sell it.
mean you need to stay in it for 100 years, bro. You could live in it for 10 years and it built up enough value that I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
you got
saying,
another 10 years that the bank is going to collect interest from you. It's just another
people
money
don't
grab.
need to sign anything they don't want to. I don't know what to tell you. Welcome to an open
Are you going to
capitalistic
mushroom
society.
stamp that or what?
Done. Where's my Staples button?
All right, we got to end the show. Want to say, you guys, thank you so much. We got a lot of things happening today. What do you got
Thanks
going on
for
today,
watching.
Brett? You going out and showing homes or what?
Yeah, man. I got to go show some homes, get some people in contracts, make some money.
You gonna?
What about you? You're going out this afternoon, aren't you?
Oh, I'm going down to the strip.
You know you're not. You're
We're all
right.
gonna go hang out at the club after this. You're not going?
Can I come?
We're all going out. You're not going?
I'm going.
You weren't invited.
I wasn't invited, man. No one.
She's
invited.
always
Hey.
been to one club.
Only the cool kids.
Yeah, Dan's talking like
out.
Dan's talking like she's the queen of the clubs. Like, dude, she's been here one time. She likes to have fun. She's not crazy.
Guys, I want to say thank you so
Thanks
much
for coming on.
You guys have been great. If you guys have any other questions for them, we're going to have all their contact information. This is the most real behind-the-scenes information regarding financing, real estate, money talk, entrepreneurs going on here in Las Vegas. I'm your host, Dan French. Brett, move your hands, please. And we'll see you guys at the next one.
All right, guys. So tell us how that somebody can get a hold of you for
Forgetting,
photography. I know it's a lot of real estate agents out there that may need this, other people. So tell us where we can get a hold of you.
Okay, our Instagram page is Angela's Photos 8, and our website is angelasphoto.com. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then you can also check out her Facebook and Instagram pages as well. To get a hold of me, just my number is 702-577-5175. I call, text anytime, pretty much always trying to answer as possible.
Okay.
Also, StewartLVHomes.com is my main website, so you can always try there as well. But texting me is probably the best way to reach me, even late at night.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching the French Workbench podcast. You can find us here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. to find out all the information on real estate and financing here in Las Vegas. Also, check us out on our LV Home Professionals website. You can find your future home there, a lot of good information, and